Oh, hi. Hi there. I'm just an old Viking. I've got to show a record, otherwise I'm not allowed on this channel. Mental as anything. If you could leave me, can I come too? You know, a fantastic, good time Aussie New Zealand band from the 70s. And just random thoughts. I remember the first, I hadn't really heard about Motorhead. Um, but in the early 80s, I'd been retrenched on Christmas Eve, probably 81, I would imagine, with no warning, me and 40 others, and by the richest man in Australia. So that set me off on another path of, well, let's just say, unpleasantness. And so I was living in a block of units in Darlinghurst in Sydney. It was full of old Jewish ladies from World War II, and they were all senile, and they all thought I was their boyfriend, and I'd change their light bulbs. They'd actually get in the cat fights, going no, and then they'd knock on my door and go, Johnny, Johnny, do you still love me? And oh my God, it was a nightmare. So I decided to go out, and I was paying the rent on a plastic card. So, and in my lounge room, I actually had my car parked out in the street, HT Holden lime green, and and I couldn't afford any furniture, so I took the back seat of the HT Holden and put it in this flat. Right, that was my lounge, and there was this wonderful transvestite, Maori transvestites, huge men and women things, and I love them. They were great. They were so tough. They, you know, um, and one of them said, "Would you mind? Would you mind if I sat, on the bonnet of your car while I'm waiting for my next customer?" I said, "No, no worries, dear." And you come out in the morning, and there's so much pollution at that stage in Sydney that you would actually see the shape of a huge bottom on the bonnet of my car. And one day I saw him, she, her, whatever, walking off with this really old guy, and it was so cute, sweet in a way. Like here's this really old guy that's way past any actual sex, but something in his life had gone wrong, but the way this Maori girl, man, woman thing, person was leading him gently away. Anyway, apart from that, what happened? What am I talking about? See, Vikings can't. They just don't want to. They just want to kill and destroy. Anyway, yes. So yes, Motorhead. Anyway, yeah. So whatever. One day I was invited to a. Yes, I knew these very rich kids from the North Shore of Sydney, and they sort of saw me as a bit of well, a freak show, I suppose you would say. And, and but I sort of loved them as like younger brothers and sisters and shit. And I was born in 1951. They're probably born in the late 50s. Yeah, they were born in the late 50s. Unfortunately, Jeremy, one of them, who I worked with before I was retrenched by Packer, he wanted me to go into business with him in Bangkok when he moved over there, and I hummed and hawed, and I said, "Look, I can't do it." And a few years later, I just read Australian photographer shot dead in Bangkok. Instantly, I knew it was him, and sure enough, Christ, he was shot in the back of the head, by a Thai police officer. I actually met he married this Thai bar girl, I didn't like her straight off. I thought, oh, she's rough now. And sure enough, I met her, and yeah. Anyway, he was murdered. And what was I talking about? Now, my Viking ancestry is obvious. I mean, look at me. See that? That's like all these scars. There's an axe scar from a fight I had against Thor, the god of thunder, and so this is what's called a pregnant silence. I don't give a fuck. This is my channel. I'm just having a chin wag. That's better. Um, yes, that's right. I was so broke. I was paying for everything on a plastic card, and I had no way of paying it back at that stage. Uh, that's a long story. Anyway, I was invited to a dinner party, so I went off. I was in a good mood. I drank 3 bottles of cider, um, Mercury cider, before I headed off. Went to a nice little restaurant, had a lovely meal, and earlier in that day I found a copy of an Aretha Franklin 45 I've been looking for ages. Natural Woman. What a great song. Oh, you make me feel like a natural woman. Yeah, I was really happy. And I was carrying it in one hand, and I was so happy. I just had a meal and had 3 large bottles of cider. I'm walking down bloody this street in East Sydney, and I don't know what happened, but I was just walking along. I was really happy, and these younger people came up, and something happened. I don't know what went wrong, but I've always been one never to step back from a fight, and suddenly half a brick went. I could feel it go past my head. Fuck, this is serious, man. The next thing, I'm down in the middle of the street, and they're kicking the shit out of me. And they're actually, all these rich people going off to opera and that driving past. They didn't care. I thought, I'm in deep trouble here. Anyway, I literally, just look, please, if this upsets you, put your fingers in your ears for the next 10 seconds. I had the shit kicked out of me. I literally shat my pants from fear. I did a poo poo in my trousers. And I thought, well, here we go. And somehow, after being kicked and everything, the leader of the gang came towards me, and I somehow leapt up from the ground, grabbed his t-shirt with my Viking, see these things, and literally threw him down on my knee, bang, his head on my knee, ripped his shirt off, and they fucked off in a hurry. I thought, fuck, this is good. So I went after him, and I saw him run into a pub on the left, and I thought, fuck this, I'm dying for a beer. So I went in there, and they were in there, and when I came in, they ran away because they thought, no, I wasn't going to do anything. I just want to have another beer. So I get to the party, and that's all right. Yeah, and I got there and I shat my pants. I don't know if you've ever done that before. I bet you have. Come on now, don't lie. This is my channel. I can do what I want. If you don't like it, you can. Please, what am I doing? Please don't troll me. Um, yeah, so yeah, we had a nice dinner party, and I said, I'm just sorry, I just did a shit in my pants, but no one seemed to care or notice. And we had a lovely dinner party. But that's what I was going to talk about. The guy's t-shirt that I ripped off as I pulled him down and smashed his face onto my knee, it was a Motorhead t-shirt. I thought, what's Motorhead? And I looked into it, and I actually went out and bought a couple of their albums. And that sort of led to back towards Hawkwind, and it's got absolutely nothing to do with mental as anything. Well, have a nice day.